I kind of do like Spirit, the ratting potential of Anti-Mage, and the scaling of these supports.
Okay.
In the early game, I think I'm looking at the Tiny for Tundra. Like, how well does Thompson do at the start, and how much can he get done?
I think he might be on to something. All right, Spirit smoking out here to try and get some vision. And they've got an aggressive ward place from Maposhka on the bottom rune. Here we go, man. It is the final game of the evening. Team Spirit versus Tundra. As, you know, Tundra had a very clean game one. Honestly, few mistakes. And, you know, it allows them to kind of keep this train rolling for them in this group stage. They've looked quite well, quite good. You think you're going to go to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this year?
The only one surprised by this.
Would be fun.
I would love to. I think it looks like a lot of fun.
The tide has turned.
All right. Potentially. Fight here in the top rune, Thompson. On the Tiny. Needs to be a little bit careful. I think seeing Laurel will back away. That being said, Whitemon does have a Spirit coming, and Mira needs to be very careful to not get hit by this Elder Titan. Because boy, does he hurt.
Ow. Ow.
Oh, God.
Ow.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of HP. So, does have 6 tangos, though. That's one benefit.
I was wondering if there's a small chance you put Enchantress versus the ET, because you can, like, once he gets the Astral Spirit, you just dispel it. Yeah, but I do think Enchantress is the stronger laner to help your Anti-Mage out, which is definitely what you want. You want him to have a good start, and because late game, that's where like hexes come out, and that is the catch you need for an Anti-Mage. But obviously before that comes out, the catch will not be that easy for the Anti-Mage. So get him going early. He can rat. He can make all the space. Now, they got ratted last game a little bit, all their towers. This time they want to do the ratting.
Yep, absolutely. Thompson having a very good first wave in the mid lane. Double denies, all 4 creeps, so he's going to have a good time there, getting to a quick bottle. Obviously, the level 2 from Storm Spirit is a little bit annoying. The main thing for Thompson is, like, he just needs to hit his CS. He's going to play the lane fairly low just because it is Storm Spirit, but he will find his farm, and that's what matters.
Currently, this Tundra safe lane is bopping people, especially Whitemon. Just keeps getting all the Spirit stacks and just going to town. Keeping everyone low here. They're getting low on regen. They need more on the way. Mars has another set of tangos. Ooh, one of the tangos just gets killed.
Yep.
But might put him in a bad position.
I was thinking Collapse might go for the spear there, but the tree that you wanted to pin him to, he ends up cutting down, so he'll be okay. And this offline, like you said, they're definitely bopping Spirit, but I think it's stabilizing a little bit for them. Karis played so aggressive on this Mars, actually. He just runs at him and just throws right clicks. And it's one of the reasons they pick the Morphling into this Mars matchup. You can always get out of arena with waveform, but in the lane, it is a really rough matchup.
Yeah, a Morphling with a good start will also be fairly free this game, at least until Storm Spirit. We'll see if he gets Orchid. That could be one way you can.
Uh-oh, Mira.
Get the kills. Ooh, Samira in trouble.
No, he's baiting him. He's got the he's got the W. Blood grenade trying to fog him. Ends up being a first. Oh, he dropped the tree. Whitemon.
Dude, Whitemon, what a player!
You are something else. Yeah, that is quite nice. I mean, there was a first blood somewhere else, but this was a way sicker play. So, you know, realistically, that first blood doesn't count. Right? Yeah, that's how that works.
This is way cooler. Points for Whitemon. He was baiting the bait.
Uh-oh.
Where are you going?
Toby might be in a bit of trouble here. 9 class is back.
He is, but Maposhka is full HP and can just sit here and click him, and Yatoro might just go for a blink to finish the job. Nice telekinesis. Yatoro actually needs to be careful. That 9 class Fade Bolt, it's coming soon. Okay. You'll make it
Maposhka
away.
could have run for that kill, but I think it would have cost Anti-Mage his life, so he just turns around and starts hitting 9 class.
He's done such a good job at dodging the Shadow Realm here.
Surprised by this.
5-1 has a ton of regen coming out.
He's rich after that sick outplay.
Hell yeah, man. Uh-oh, Thompson. Oh, careful. Larl's getting low on mana, though. 4-minute water rune. After pushing the wave, we'll be able to grab that, as well as the bounty rune he'll be able to take away. So he'll get a full reset, health and mana-wise. He's having a great time, as expected.
Is he going to see this courier? Doesn't look like it. But that would have been a sick courier kill. There's like 900 gold on there for the Anti-Mage.
Don't lose the scorer. Full treads, huh? Wow. Ooh, that is really good damage off that avalanche. Ooh.
Radiant structures are fortified.
How? What?
Morphling.
Just spear. Okay.
Caught him off guard, I guess.
They just bursted
Burst
him,
him
all
down.
3 spells at the same time. Yeah, that's surprising.
Caught us and Pure off guard.
That being said, 9 class might be in trouble. That is a tomato creep coming in, hits him with the clap. They will have an enchant in a moment, but looks like they'll be fine to make it away. I kind of expected Yadaro's lane to be going a little bit better, but full treads, he's not doing that bad.
Yeah, I think it gets easier here too now that Maposhka's level 3.
He knows a little.
Yeah, nice try from Mira.
Zealous.
But great kill for Pure, so gets a little bit of revenge for the death, but he's just back to farming. He's still having a very good lane. I don't think he's struggling all that much. Trying to secure the 6-minute rune here as both supports coming in. Ends up doing a ton of damage to Larl here, as he doesn't have that level 6 quite yet, and Thompson gets a regen rune of all things. Larl needs the bottle refill. He's got to get away from this Tiny. Instead, Avalanche Toss thrown onto the Dark Willow, as he will just continue to chase. Regen running for an eternity. Tanks the tower, who cares?
He's got 10 armor and a regen rune still going. So for all that, still full health.
Dude,
Regen
put-
rune is too strong. It's too strong.
It is. That item needs to get nerfed. Or item. That rune needs to get nerfed. It is way too good. Do you remember
Flipping
like
there would have been
rune
hilarious.
spawns at like 2 minutes and it was like a DD and then you lose the game because the enemy mid lane gets a DD rune at 2 minutes?
Used to start at 0 minutes too, didn't it?
I mean, might have, dude. My brain is old.
I vaguely remember when I started Dota, it was like, go sit at the runes. We lost. They got they got it. It's over. Ooh, nice wisdom
You're,
rune steal by Maposhka.
That's big. I mean, he's gonna die for this, but usually pretty worth it. Avalanche, toss, quick kill. You talked about this. The Tiny into heroes like the Enchantress and Dark Willow. They're very fragile versus the Tiny.
And time to stack up some blood grenades and fluffy hats.
I mean, he's already off to a good start. I do think you're gonna get exactly what you want out of this mid Tiny. He is cranking.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, maybe if they can get him killed at like the 8-minute rune, if they get lucky with something, you could put a stop to his momentum right now. But he does seem on track to start messing people up. 8-minute rune's coming in here. He's gonna get lucky again.
Well, Maposhka's at the top one, ready to fight there, and it's an invis. Okay, yeah, it's like I'm sure they don't manage to grab this on Tundra this time. Instead, great enchant into the stun here, sets up a kill for Larl. Beautifully done from the Maposhka.
It's important for Storm to get active too soon. So finding a quick kill here. Looks like he's gonna finish his power treads. And I'm curious what he's gonna build. if he wants to get that fast Orchid, which would be really good versus Morphling, Brewmaster, and the supports, or something more standard like Witchblade gives you more tankiness. Might be going on 9 class here.
He's in deep, but TP in from Whitemon into the stomp. Not going to connect. Laurel should finish the kill here. Just needs one more auto attack. He's done it. And Collapse here as well. Does have a spear. Just barely off the mark.
He had Arena. Did he not want to use it? I guess not.
No, he hasn't put a point in it yet.
I mean, you don't not take Arena at level 6, right?
I mean, unless you're trying to play for like just straight burst onto the Morphling, but I'm sure he's gonna do it. He's just holding the point for now. Like if you get like the surprise from Fog or something, then it'd be kind of neat, but yeah, I'm sure he does. Toby top lane, pops plenty of mana. We'll be able to get that primal split off, and Yatoro jumps away, but Enchantress gonna be difficult. Surrounded by 4 pandas here. Does get level 6 at that moment, and because of that, the untouchable kicks in. He's gonna live. Nicely done.
All according to plan. Mars is now level 7, holding 2 skill points.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Arcane rune for Laurel. That's a big one. We will not be able to punish him for that. Aggressive zip in. Toby. Uh-oh. They're going to give the kill. Oh, I was going to say maybe they're going to give the kill to Yatoro, but nope. Doesn't look like it. Miposhka now just needs to walk away. He has Raindrop Stick. Already healing back at the max HP. They will get the stomp, but I don't think Thompson has the damage for this. We'll see. He is level 8. This is so much space. This is unreal.
And he's going to get a courier kill.
All right, now you have the damage for it. Okay. Plenty of damage coming in from 9 class, but it takes a bit to find that. He actually didn't put a point in Arena. He's just 4-3-0. He just hits level 8 with suit he does.
They don't grow interest. I mean, I guess we were talking about the fact that Morphling does not care about Arena, so you can't really kill him. But I thought with like the rotations, you know, it's still worth taking a point to kill other heroes, but...
Nice play here on the mid lane. Arcane Rune on Laurel gonna help set up a kill here potentially onto Thompson. 9 class coming in, but they even bring Yatoro. Mira will be the one to find it as they chase for more. 9 class here behind the tower. They manage to catch him on the Bramble, and the Mana Void out to secure it. So they're turning their attention to the tier 1 tower. During all of this, obviously, Pure is just free farming, but they have now slowed down the Tiny, who is probably the main aggressor that they have to worry about. And Laurel is now having a fantastic game on the Storm Spirit.
It looks like he's just going to go for Kaya Sanj, which has also been a very popular build. I just wasn't sure if the utility from Orchid would be worth it, but I guess there is a fear you go Orchid, you zip in, and then you get burst killed. That'd be pretty sad. So this is a bit of a safer build. Maybe some heroes will get away from you, but you yourself will not die. Most likely. Famous last words?
Yeah. Famous last words. 50 gold from a Blink Dagger on Thompson. He'll grab it after that creep wave and see what he can do with it. He is tanked up on Miposhka. Like you said, he needed to buy some fluffy hats or whatever. He gets a bracer. He's got the raindrops full stick. Also the Seeds of Serenity, which is an extra 150 HP. So
nerf that
and then
one.
Another fluffy hat with you know, working towards treads. So he is not going to be a super easy kill by any means.
Toro does have Battle Fury, so he's got Power Treads Battle Fury at pre-13 minutes. Pretty solid timing.
Are they making the go here? They are. Bedlam plus Storm Spear. That's a lot of damage. Even the Arena from Collapse committed just for safe measure. Pure coming through waveform to dodge the Terrorize. We'll find a kill onto the Dark Willow, but again, Miposhka, he's tanky. They actually, okay, they do manage to break the TP on out, so Miposhka will eventually burn here. Double kill goes the way of Pure.
Toro's taken top tower in the meantime, though, so I think they're kind of okay with that.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Both supports for Tiny and a tower.
Structures are fortified.
I don't know if they noticed Tiny picking up the blink at that exact moment, so maybe he can still catch someone off guard with it.
Yeah, they did not see it for sure. They will get the mid tower in exchange here for Tundra, so it's relatively okay with Pure getting the 2 kills.
That's true.
But that is also a blink for Collapse, and he is going to go the Yule's build, so I like that build once again. Pure
Ooh, fast fingers.
gets the Wisdom Rune, takes that away from the anti-mage. Very necessary. All right, we'll see the replay here. I mean, these supports, if they're the ones initiating on the Tiny, they have a lot of damage that they can contribute here with this Bedlam.
And from here, so the fact that Pure got both of those is fairly good for Tundra, but the matchup is still not the best, like anti-mage into the Morphling, so gonna still, like, you're gonna need even more on the Morphling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some matchups it's like, oh, you're fine, so going even is like still winning, but I don't think that's the case here.
Radiant are scanning.
I think for now, like,
Radiant are scanning.
Spirit are probably pretty happy with their state of the game. Like, they're 3,000 gold up. Obviously, they don't know this, but Anti-Mage is farming very well. Thompson,
Anti-Mage
Avalanche,
found.
toss. He's hard to kill. 3 points in the counter spell early on.
Under attack.
You don't usually see that. Normally, it's like max the mana burn, but 3 points counter spell is massive this game, preventing that tiny burst.
That helps keep him alive, and actually now he comes to bottom and secures a tower. So in the end, pretty good for him. He baited out a rotation that didn't even lead to anything. There's not even a tower top for them. No, actually, I think they already got it earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. My brain's going, man. We've had so many
Dude.
long games.
It's okay. I'm with you. I think
No brains to
Everyone-
start either.
Ooh, Avalanche toss. Laurel goes in.
Just in time.
Nice zip on out. Collapse coming through as well. Does have an arena available, but gets thrown into the air from the zone. Drops right back down and into the hands of the Morphling, and all of these Pandas should end up falling. Nice top blink back in from Thompson.
Big rotations back for Yatoro down there. Okay, they're gonna cancel sub. I mean, this is exactly what you want from your anti-mage. As your team is maybe getting killed, things are happening, right? You're at least pushing very aggressively, getting in a good chunk of tower damage while still farming really efficiently. Maybe they can find a return kill on Thompson.
Thompson's a little tanky. Well, toss back. Stomp, of course, off the mark. Very hard. Like, here's the thing. Chain stunning this Storm Spirit is going to be so difficult this game. I feel like you would need some form of a silence, and you don't really have any heroes that, like, build an Orchid, right? So it's going to be difficult. So we are
Very
now
true.
working towards
Especially because he went
next.
Sange.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'll probably get a BKB later.
Right. I feel like Maposhka like wants to potentially scale here, but he is
Radiant's bottom tower
like
is
has to
under
invest in
attack.
so many early HP items to not feed kills over to this Tiny. So we'll see. Maybe he'll go back for the Dragon Lance now, because it does give you some HP to play around. But the fact that he's walking around with 1,700 HP because of this Pupil's gift
Radiant's
is
bottom
really
tower
frustrating
is
for
under
Tundra.
attack.
That is like probably the best neutral item he could have found.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's a really solid one. I do think he's now tanky enough, and if he wants to go for, like you said, the Dragon Lance, the scaling potential, I think it'd be pretty good.
Dire's top tower.
I'm trying to think of like what other utility stuff you could buy. The thing is like utility items when you have an anti-mage carry is really tough because he's just jumping around the fights all the time. It's really hard to actually be near him to Solar Crest, Glimmer, things like that. So
Dire's top tower is under
yeah, I don't know. I think he's got room for the Hurricane Pike if he wants.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They trade tier 2 towers, but Miposhka's got these trolls on the bottom side here. 9 class actually steals enchant and then steals the troll
That's pretty
back.
funny.
He's like, nah, we're putting this to a stop. No more. Oh, look at that, another one.
How does he do it? I'm telling you, man.
Oh, tops in, amplify damage, gets a lot of damage out onto Yutora, about half his HP, but the perfect stomp comes through. They're turning around on tops, and the spear ends up not connecting onto the real hero, but he's still dead. So much damage from the Storm Spirit as the rest of the team is just unable to enter this fight. Look at the amount of wards Spirit have here in this mid lane. They're going to be ready to play off of anything. Collapse goes in, finds Whitemon. Spear off the mark, but he is still completely isolated. Here comes the Bruise Split. Toby trying to find something. Will Cyclone off the Storm. But the Bramble Maze and the Bedlam will prove to be too much as now Mira's on the run. Does not have Shadow Realm available, so he's just a quick pick there for... He is. Avalanche toss, Spear back. Not enough. There's just no tree.
Oh, look at
Pure
that.
turns itself into a Mars and just can't do anything. Miposhka aggressively in. Here comes Yadro as well, trying to get his hands on top of Pure, but Spear ends up hitting its wall. Anti-Mage as he come back in, gets a huge mana void, but Pure's out of mana. He's got to get away from this Anti-Mage. He turns his attention back on over to Toby. The God's Rebuke will finish the job. As 9 class TP canceled, as the chase is so easy for the Anti-Mage here.
Anti-Mage is getting really scary.
Yeah, he's closing in on an Aghanim Scepter. That is going to be a massive pickup.
Gax on Anti-Mage is so annoying. You just keep throwing in illusions. You're going to burn mana, which is great versus these heroes. But you also just get so much scouting information for your team to decide when you actually want to commit, who you want to find. And if you don't like what you see, you just wait a couple seconds and you do it again.
Avalanche from tops and trying to make some space between the Storm Spirit, but we saw him pick up this Arcane Rune earlier. He is going to force a response. Some TP's coming through, but Spirit on the wraparound. They've managed to find themselves an Elder Titan. And Laurel, he's out. Miposhka gets the enchant onto Thompson, and Thompson's just 1v5 now. He can't find Laurel. The Storm Spirit's just baiting him in deep, and now here comes Collapse. He has the arena, not opting to use it quite yet, but he will now that the Terrorites, they're bonking yourselves into the wall in a mana void. For safe measure, they wipe the floor of Tundra, and now 9 class. He's got to find a way out of here. Yadro, beautiful block, Collapse with the spear, stolen spear from 9 class, but he's not getting out of this one. 5 dead. They will turn their attention to the Tormentor, and they've got the damage for this. Oh man, that is a brutal fight.
That was a really nice spear because that was an invis Rubik. And they didn't have detection up there, but when you spear people and stun them, for whatever reason, I don't know why, it reveals them, and so they kill them in that time. I guess Glimmer would have faded after that anyways, but there's a chance what Rubik was looking for was Anti-Mage to blink aggressively to find him. He steals the blink and then blinks out to safety. So the fact that they get that spear is really nice. Dude, and then really good fear into arena combo here. Yeah.
And all of that, Laurel comes back into Vortex the Morphling, right? Just to guarantee he's going to die. It's like this whole thing starts with, you know, them baiting on the Storm Spirit, and he's the one who seals the fate of the Morphling anyway. Double Tormentor, actually. They managed to get their own, so Collapse now will have his shard. We saw the first one picked up by Miposhka, so Suddenly a 13,000 gold lead for Team Spirit as the anti-mage is becoming a massive problem. He's got the Aghanim Scepter completed. Dark Willow is working towards Guardian Greaves. They've got a lot of answers now for Tundra.
Yor finds Miposhka, but this is not a squishy Enchantress anymore.
Well, Laurel looking for an opening. Gets the blink out on Thompson, though. Where are we at on some of these other heroes?
Charo's cutting him off in the back.
He is. Throwing the Aghanim Scepter for reveal. And now Pure will turn himself into the Morph. But there's the Arena, and the double spear catches the Brew. The Terrorize to follow. They're both so dead. What a find as Laurel will grab another. Oh, man. It does not get better than that.
They've hit so many good combinations. This is looking really, really good for Team Spirit. Off of that kill, they can finish up. Well, actually, he's using illusions to push out the lanes on the Morphling, which is pretty nice. Even denies an illusion rune too. But it looks like they're gonna get some high ground damage here at 24 minutes. This is a rarity nowadays, dude. Is this not gonna go to an hour?
Enchantress Gaming, my guy. Enchantress Gaming. This is why they give it to Miposhka. Chip damage, man. Previously known as unhealable damage. So there's further pushing their advantage, and honestly, the anti-mage matchup late game into Morphling is so difficult for Pure. He needs to build a BKB. As for the anti-mage right now, he has a lot of options on items. Like he could build so many different things here to deal with the side of Tundra. Like you even have the option of going for Diffusal or Scotty if you want like more items to lock them down. Instead, he's going to go Butterfly into Basher. Which
you mentioned earlier,
has.
no one wants to go Orchid, so no Bloodthorn. And then MKB is not really an item that Morphling likes to build, that Tiny likes to build. So
yeah,
dealing with that evasion is going to be a huge pain for them. Don't think they're going to be able to contest Roche at all either. Just have Enchantress tank it. Anti-Mage will grab this.
They will grab
a tower
to the
for
bottom
it.
tier 1. Yeah. So
Hand out, but usually you could contest this. Actually, ET is pretty good at this kind of stuff, but I think they recognize they're pretty behind at this point. So they're just gonna have to give it up and try to get what they can out of the map. Go for a high
no
ground
vision
fight.
to play around. Oh, that'd be
it's
so
really
scary.
tough. Especially with like anti-mage illusions blinking at you,
Yeah.
burning your mana, it would just be miserable. At this point, they're just gonna have to try to play the map and probably wait for a high ground defense.
Are scanning.
The wrap around through the portal to the bottom side of the map. Smoke's gonna pop. Who does Collapse walk into? It's gonna be Whitemon, but he sees 9 class as well. Terrorize being held. He gets the Spirit back. It's gonna find him. A nice Wind Waker away. He's out. Terrorize now finally connects onto Thompson, but you've lost your Mars for this. And Thompson trying to finish off Mirror. The Stomp connects, but is it enough? The Earth Splitter will do it. So do manage to find themselves some kills here on the side of Tundra, but you've still got to deal with this anti-mage. Great spear from Pure. Thompson in with a nice avalanche. He's got an Aegis to play around. That's going to be his first life. Can you do it twice? Miposhka hiding in the trees here. He's coming back, but we'll pop the Glimmer Cape. Tries to get away with the Sproink. Laurel here on the front line as well. Pure comes in. He's just going to get immediately mana burn through this. He can't get away now. Oh no, that's not where you want to be. Laurel put to sleep.
He's a little further to get out of
safety. He's under the cover of a Shadow Blade for the moment. Thompson has an avalanche in 1. Laurel out of resources. They actually managed to cut out of this.
Very nice fight from Tundra, but a little bit of a misplay from Team Spirit there. So I think the smoke wraparound was really good, but Anti-Mage was actually finishing up a tier 2 tower. And so during this fight, he wanted to finish it. It delayed him by like 1 or 2 seconds to the fight, which does not sound like a lot, but it matters in these cases. And by the time he got here, Collapse was dead, and that's a lot of their lockdown to actually allow the anti-mage to fight. So from there, they're like trying to get more, but already with the numbers advantage, Tundra just goes 1-to-1 hero, just finish off each hero 1 by 1.
The Shadow Blade is kind of sick on the Morphling because obviously your anti-mage is not a hero that's going to build detection. So it kind of leaves it up to Storm Spirit or someone like that who's zipping in to offer it. Well, he just gives away potential ward. He knows it's up there on one of those two sides, but doesn't manage to win the 50-50. Still a quite substantial gold advantage for the side of Spirit, but losing the Aegis fight definitely slows them down a little bit. We'll see how much of a difference that's going to make, though.
They're still overall quite strong. They could fight. I think it was just the execution of that last fight that was not.
Yeah, you didn't
very
get
clean in their
Arena
favor.
off. Like, Collapse had a kind of a rough start into the fight. And I will point out, Laurel just said screw BKB, buys Eternal Shroud, and is now going back for the Parasma, which is kind of a cool read on the game because it is a lot of magic damage. And when you factor in the Elder Titan Spirit, you need to be able to reduce the effectiveness of that. So getting a
Is under attack.
magic resist item actually makes a lot of sense here. It helps him tank up as well.
Yeah, it's like permanent resistance versus like the temporary BKB.
I think 9 class
on
thought he was a
white.
little bit safer having Blink, but a really good response there with both Collapse and Laurel coming back to punish this.
Tara has finished his butterfly.
Dire are scared.
He's quite strong. Morphling's not that far behind. I think, because this is BKB.
Huh.
Yeah, he just picked up his BKB, so he's pretty strong in these fights too.
This is interesting. Anti-Mage has the Quiver, which grants True Strike for 1 attack. And I wonder if that's just why he has this more than anything. It's like you have a little bit of evasion from both Brewmaster's, you know, talent, like abilities, but also Radiance. And you also have a evasion item for Pure in the form of his neutral, right? So kind of an interesting take.
Yeah, it's not something I've seen that much. So I kind of like the idea. I'm curious what his other options were. Like maybe they were all just bad.
Yeah, it's possible. Thompson has his Conda done, looking for a BKB. So Conda is interesting because it works off of Toss now, which was originally a bug, I believe, with the item that it didn't work. So that's nice. Grabs his avalanche damage, talent at 15. So again, yeah, you have a lot of burst potential, especially combined with the natural order. It's just the side of Spirit has actually itemized so well to deal with this, right? Every single one of the heroes tanking up. You have Guardian Greaves on the Willow, which you don't really see all that often. And I'm curious what his next item progression is going to be. You could even justify just building a pipe on your support Dark Willow, which,
Are scanning.
you know, why not? But
Yeah, I think it's nice versus the Elder Titan. He's just picking up some armor for his team.
yeah.
So where do you see us 30 minutes from here?
Hopefully eating lunch, dude. I don't know. I haven't eaten in the last like 9 hours. I am hungry. No, it's a good question. I feel like late game Spirit is actually quite strong. Like yes, you have somewhat scaling supports, but last time we saw a similar draft like this, it was the Coddle mid as opposed to the Storm Spirit. And Storm Spirit has Parasma looking for a Scythe of Ice. You can eventually get like an Aghanim Scepter. Laurel is going to be a beast in this game. So I feel like Spirit's ease of execution as this game goes on just gets easier for them, as they're going to take the enemy Tormentor. That one goes to Laurel. He no longer has to buy his shard. So the Electric Rave is online.
They should be careful though. They took some damage for that. You do not want to fight.
Yeah, Mira's super
They're
low.
decently ahead, 17,000. So feeling pretty good. But as we saw from that earlier fight, it's still like the execution of the fight still matters a lot.
That magic
For
damage from the
example-
Spirit, my goodness! Earth Splitter does not connect, but you just deleted Collapse, and this Enchantress, she's going to do her best to just stall this out, buy some time, but...
Oh, that's the gem, too.
Oh, boy. That is definitely the gem, yeah. Natural Order is a heckin' good spell.
Heckin' good indeed. Ooh, and I want to point out 9 class. He went Glimmer, Vlad's, really good for his Morphling. He's going to get an Orchid, actually. We were saying there's not really a normal Orchid builder. It's not very common to see on Rubik, but I do think it's good this game.
I agree. Yeah. The Mars took 2,100 damage from the Tiny, and like 1,950 of it was magic damage. Like, that is how much work Natural Order does. It is ridiculous. Yeah, look at that. That is ridiculous. Unreal. All right, well, we might see him investing into some survivability right now. He's got an Aeon disc queued up. He might also need something like a... I don't know. I feel like he's going to have to invest in a magic resist item. I don't know if he's the one who's going to build Pipe, but maybe he goes Eternal Shroud as well. Maybe he just goes Refresher. It's hard to say.
It looks like he'll opt for the Aeon disc potentially for now. Well, he hasn't bought anything, but...
Yeah.
Oh, actually, he switched to Lincoln's.
Pretty long Roche respawn here. I mean, if that Roche was an instant respawn, Tundra would have been so happy because they could have killed it. They grabbed themselves second Aegis and Banner. Sorry, not Cheese. But unfortunately for them, there's still another 40 seconds on that, and they have to go back to address their lanes. Nighttime.
An Abyssal on Anti-Mage. They might be able to get a surprise kill with that. Or maybe you can kill like Brewmaster before he gets his split off, something like that.
He definitely needs his MKB if he wants to kill Toby reliably, but maybe with the help of the Storm Spirit, they might be able to do it.
You know, between Enchanted Quiver and the Basher procs, I don't know, maybe that's enough. I mean, eventually MKB, sure, still, but like in the meantime, that might help him out. Pseudo True Strike.
Oh, they find Pure. On the backside, he pops the BKB. They get on top of the Anti-Mage, but the Arena just blocks all of his attacks. Thompson stuck inside. He's going to be the first to fall as they will get out of here on the Morphling, but the rest of the team is on the run. They find Whitemon trying to hobble through the trees. Ghost Scepter will not save him. 2 very quick kills for the side of Spirit as the Roshan is up, and they will go back to claim it. Toby's just being annoying. Okay, they do find an amplified damage, though, for the Morph.
Ooh, if they're not careful, yeah, that could be a free kill for him. He's currently hitting for nearly 700 damage.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh, Storm, be very careful on this.
Dude, they know he's coming back. They're like, he's coming back. He's going to do it. They see
Morphling is showing just a turn around, Laurel, turn around.
The telekinesis and instantly dead. Oh boy, he thought Pure was alone, but nope. He was ready to go on the Rubik. I mean, that's a worthwhile trade. That is so much gold into the hands of Pure.
And they get their gem back in the Rubik kill, which makes it a pretty good support kill, all things considered. But definitely catching Laurel off guard. Did not think they would all be sitting behind those trees. Anti-Mage, you're on his own.
He's just playing super aggressive, and honestly, he can. He feels very strong at this point. Pure, however, will go in, gets the Morph. Avalanche toss from Thompson. The nice Arena to turn it around, though, and they just chain stun down the Morphling. Thompson stuck again. He has nowhere to go as Collapse, looking for another victim, has a blink in 2 seconds and a Yule's. Will not dive onto the high ground. They're a little bit unsure of the buyback status, right? Morphling just about 240 gold short. The high ground siege will commence, though.
There's one Fortify. They should be able to get 1 Barracks as long as they don't get scared off. But like you said, they don't know the buyback condition.
The difference between Anti-Mage being able to survive that Avatos combo thanks to just Counterspell is nuts. And he's closing out on his 25 talent as well, so he's going to have some good choices, either taking the extra magic resistance or the Mana Void cooldown. I feel like this game, there's a pretty good case to be made for the magic resistance, but we'll see. Stalling out as much time as they can here. Tiny is up. You could look for an Avatos. You could look for a toss back, but they take a ranged barracks for now. Collapse, patiently waiting on the backside. They go in. They get the Vortex. Great Avalanche. The Spear to just make some space. They actually get some vision thanks to the Rooted Out 9 class is just dead. Mira with a beautiful Bramble to set that one up. Melee barracks to fall, turning their attention over towards top. They've got a creep wave here already.
Fresh MKB delivery.
Careful. Oh, you're right. Fresh MKB now for Yatoro as he gets the 25. Okay, he goes the Mana Void talent. They jump in. Laurel looks for an option. Nice Manta dodge there from the Morphling.
Regen rune, amazing for Storm.
Oh, he knows. He knows it's there.
Regeneration.
Still has
Bottle it.
cheese.
So I wonder if they're just gonna look to fight right away.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I guess he did need the regen rune anyways. He had like no mana.
Okay, he'll just let it fully refill. I thought he might do the trick where you just keep zipping around to prevent it from expiring, but... And just back to full HP and mana. Has a cheese, of course. So, 2 health bars from his you have to go through. Plus, of course, the Aegis still available on Yatoro. As he's trying to finish up that tier 3 tower. Gets it. Still 1 fortification left for Tundra. In comes Storm Spirit. Manages to find Thompson. Great telekinesis and a stolen Vortex. But it's just so hard for this Tiny to play. Collapse every single time, focusing him with the arena, and then the rest of the team to follow it up with so much ease. Thompson's buyback is available as Yatoro continues to scout with these blink fragments. Pure on the front side. Who's he looking for? Pinging Collapse. I mean, that would be a good target, but can you even do it? Primal Split comes through. Pure gets the break, tries to finish the job, but waveforms away, and now Vortex comes out. The stuns are in. Pure needs to be careful as BKB pop. They turn around onto Larley, gets the cheese off. He's out. So much spent from Tundra. That's the buyback from your Tiny, your BKB on your Morphling. And Spirit still feeling pretty comfortable to take the fight. You just wait out the split potentially as they will smoke
There's
up.
no split, no BKB on Morphling. You're good to go. They don't have arena, but like I don't think it matters.
24 seconds on this Aegis. You just want to go in if you're Toro. Sends an illusion, tries to get some vision, gets the Abyssal Blade. Toby pops his own heal, but it's not enough. The damage is just way too heavy from this Anti-Mage as he continues to just push them back, and they've got the Morphling. Laurel takes him down on his own. And just like that, no buybacks available. The GGs come out, and Spirit, the second game team, they will tie themselves for the 4th time as they dive the fountain in celebration of their win.